Shalom Aleichem. Here's the HaFetz Chaim, Shmirat HaLashon. The HaFetz Chaim about watching one's language. So this is different things. The HaFetz Chaim tells us various aspects of why not to say bad things about other people, and it's not a simple thing. One has to be very careful about it. If one can, it can't be perfect, but we do the best we can. We do the best we can. And anyway, here, let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of it. So let's say the person one is saying bad things about is an orphan or a widow, God forbid. V'imhu yasom o almana. If the person is an orphan or a widow, afilu haim ashirim, even if they are rich people, b'siper genusam b'fneihem, one says bad things in front of them, over od al lav acher. So one can be over on another negative commandment. V'hu shemos chaf beis chaf aleph kol almana v'yasom v'yasom lo sianun. Kol almana v'yasom lo sianun. Every widow and orphan, one should not say bad. One should not cause them any kind of tsar, any kind of sorrow, hardship. Shezhira haTorah bazeh shelo lahakniton o lahachiv liban b'shum min tsar. That the Torah tells us that one should not cause a widow or an orphan any kind of weakness of the heart. In other words, they feel bad. B'shum min tsar, any kind of tsar. The unshom mefarish b'Torah, the punishment is said in the Torah. Torah, Sham Chav Gimel, over there. When it says Sham, that means in that place. This is Shemos Chav Beis, Shemos number 22, Chav Aleph. V'chora api v'horagti eschem. HaShem says, if one causes tsar, any kind of tsar, any kind of sorrow to an orphan or a widow, God forbid, so he says his anger is going to become very hot, and he will kill, God forbid, God forbid. So in other words, HaShem is very, very watches out, very worried about the Asomim, the widows, the orphans and the widows. So he is very protective of them. So one who causes any kind of tzara to an orphan or a widow, HaShem is very, very watchful over them, very zealous for that they should be okay, because they're in a very bad position. And this is what he says, his anger will be kindled, he will kill, God forbid. Let's see what it says here in the Be'er Mayim Chayim. Let's see, Afal Pishain Lokin Olav Hari Onsho Meforish B'Torah. Even though it's not, it's the punishment is said in the Torah. V'chora api v'horakti eschem. HaShem says his anger will be kindled, v'horakti eschem, and he will kill them bechorev, with a sword, beris kerusa, mimi shomer v'hoya ha'olam. It's a covenant from the one that spoke and the world was, from HaShem, shekol zman shehem tzoakim machmasheim ne'enim. Every time that the orphans and the widows are calling to HaShem because they are ne'enim, when they have tsar, they have various being mistreated for any reason. Shana Amar, because it says ki im tzoak yitzak elai. If he or she will cry out to me. Begomer. One of these words said, Bizman she'ina osan. Bizman she'ina osan. The time when they are mistreated. Letzorech atzmo. Aval im ina osan harav kidei lamdan. In other words, the person is mistreating them because they want to mistreat them. They have something against them. Aval, however, im ina osan. If let's say somebody, a rebbe, ina osan says something bad to the person, harav, a rabbi, kidei lamdan Torah, in order to teach them Torah. Umanos, or a father wants to teach a mother, let's say, or a father wants to teach the person, the yasum or the almana, a trade, to get them to go in the right path. Then it's permitted. In other words, if one mistreats a yasum or an almana, an orphan or a widow in a bad way because for his own, he wants to get something off his chest, or he doesn't like the person, then that's when you have that onesh, the punishment. But if it's for the sake of the person, one wants to bring them to the right path, so then it is okay. It depends on the kavanah, on the intentions. Yafal pikein lo yenaheg bohen minhag kol adam elo yasalahem hafresh v'yinahaleim benachas v'rachamim gedolim. But still, even if one wants to do it for their own sake, you shouldn't talk to them like everybody else, because they are very weak at this time, very in a bad place. You should make a difference between them and everybody else. In a soft way of barachmim, and with barachmim gedolim, with a lot of rachmanas, with a lot of mercy, bekavod and honor. Shene'amar ki HaShem yori ribam. HaShem will fight their fight. In other words, one has to treat them very well, because HaShem is very attuned to their Torah. Ad kan Lashon Rambam. This is the words of the Rambam. V'chein kasav hasmag. And so says also the Sefer Mitzvahs Gedolos. The Sefer Mitzvahs Gedolos. But also say Ches. That's number 8. V'zeh Lashono. Rabbeinu Yonah b'Sharei Teshuvah. Rabbeinu Yonah and Sharei Teshuvah. B'mayim Chav Dalet. Beis Aleph Dalet. Umi sheyitzak. Umi sheyatzik v'yitzaer almana v'yasom bein begezel v'bein be'oshek v'ein behachlama. Somebody that causes, let's say, something bad, and causes sorrow to an almana, to a widow, b'yasam, or an orphan, bein begezel, bein ba'oshek, whether by stealing from them, or bein ba'oshek, another way of mistreating the person, or bein b'hachlama, or if one causes them disgrace, if one disgraces a widow or an orphan, God forbid. V'chol minei tsar, any kind of sorrow, any kind of tsar, a bad thing to happen to them, God forbid. Chayav misa b'dei shemayim. So he's chayav, misa b'dei shemayim. That's so that means from shemayim he's judged that they deserve to die, God forbid. V'chein kasav achinuch, and so says the Sefer Chinuch, the Mitzvah Semechei, Shafilu b'dibor v'alma, even a bad word. Im mitzaer osan, if somebody causes them some kind of sorrow, over gamkein balav zeh. One is also Anidei Shem Mishitas Rashi, the Parshas Mishpatim, Mashma Dehu Hadin וכל אדם שהוא אומלל יש גם כן לאו זה. Oh, and so Rashi says in Parshas Mishpatim, that this not only refers to a Yasam and Almana, an orphan and a widow, that this is anybody that is in a very bad place, a very poor person, somebody that things are depressed person, somebody that things are not going good for him. The same law applies, the same negative commandment that one should not cause them any tsar. Let's see what, okay. 1 minute. So anyway, yeah, this is going into a different Indian. So anyway, one has to be very careful about saying bad things about people, about Lashon Hora, because if this can have, there are a lot of factors, a lot of different aspects of this, and one has to be very careful to be memayit, to try to limit it as much as possible. It's limited as much as possible. So this is the Chofetz Chaim, Shmirat Hashon. That Shmirat Hashon is watching one's language. One shouldn't. Here's the Chofetz Chaim. Is that so? So one has to be very, very mindful